Welcome to episode 8 of the Bettors season-long betting podcast. We come to you from live across the nation. As always, our goal is to make you as much money as possible. This collective of 6 bettors are 6 of the smartest betting minds you'll ever find. We come to you with full transparency. As always, our record thus far is 88-71 against the spread. And our college football bets are coming in hot, 60-40 on the season against the spread, 20 games above 500. We're going to start with a little action from Rams Ag with the Who's Hot slide. What do you got for us this week, Rams Ag?
All right, so our hot slide, obviously Matt Campbell, he is firmly on the hot seat, is burning beneath him. There's talks maybe he's going to go to Nebraska from people inside this podcast, but he is firmly on the hot seat. They need this guy on the left to start trolling again, like the BB Gun and Dudley and on Twitter. And then on the right, Bias Better, AG, and everybody for the Who's Dog is Barking. Bias bettors are hot. Washington State nearly won the game as a 33-point dog.
The dog was barking.
Barking. That is the Who's Hot of this week.
Dudley, we got to see that camera with Matt Campbell on the hot seat. What do you think of that, Dudley?
I mean, you guys are just trolling, correct? I do believe somebody in here beat Wisconsin and just thinks they're on top of the world after saying, I don't see 4 wins on Iowa's schedule after losing to Indiana.
I almost had the offensive coordinator for the Hawkeyes, Tim Lesser, on the Who's Hot slide. He is absolutely cooking with hot oil lately, boys. So thank you, AG. Thank you, AG, for the Who's Hot slide. Another thing that's hot, just appearing on your screen. Double G, would you like to take us through the current AP NFL regular season MVP odds?
Yeah, let's not look at the Who's Cold slide and just focus on this one in front of us right now. Someone in this collective of 6 of the best betting minds warned everybody to get Patrick Mahomes at plus 750 before the season on MVP odds. If you look on your screen right now, or if you don't have a screen, he's at plus 200. And yes, third place currently at plus 350 is Baker Mayfield.
Bias Better Hannah with her Browns Baker Mayfield jersey on. Probably the only person left with a Browns Baker Mayfield jersey. Those of us joining on YouTube, I just got to point out one of the pictures, speaking of trolling, that we have on this slide is the Iowa State fan who was yelling at Matt Campbell after the loss at Ohio a couple years ago. Just a classic video, an all-time troller. Moving on. Our college football picks are hot. Our dogs of the week are hot. BB Gun, what do you got for the Bias Bettors against Joel Klatt?
23-12 this year. 65% clip. You don't get that anywhere else.
You ain't getting that on Fox Sports, baby. You tell him, baby.
You ain't going to do it. But Joel Klatt, here's Joel Klatt's mistake, and this is why we are the Bias Bettors. If you look at his picks, it's always the 2.5, 1.5 point spreads, and it's the big names because that's what they get for clicks. Nobody holds him accountable and goes back and says, hey, this guy's 15-20. This guy's supposed to know college football? I don't know. You just got to follow what you know. You got to follow the Bias Bettors. We remain scalding hot in college football.
Let's also not forget that he just got absolutely demolished by Dan McCarney as a quarterback as well. So let's not let that go away either. It'd be like putting Deacon Hill as an analyst on Fox and making us think that Deacon Hill was a good quarterback.
I had a Snapchat memory pop up this week of Deacon Hill, and oh my, those were dark times. Speaking of dark times, we've got a Who's Cold slide today. I want to start with a couple just absolute frauds in the Big Ten coaching. We've got Sherrone Moore with his stupid gimmick of showing up with a blue-collar jacket on. What a complete moron after they got blown out on the West Coast by USC. And then Luke Fickell, Double G's boy, absolutely got boat raced by the Iowa Hawkeyes. Double G, you had it pegged. They came in only having scored, what was it?
10-6-10.
10-6-10 the last 3 times against the Hawkeyes, and then didn't even score. Lost 30-7-0. An epic cover of the under 37.5 for the Hawkeye Badger game. We've got a few loyal Badger fans tuning in, so I wanted to make sure I had Luke Fickell.
I see something.
Yep.
I want to know where Matt DeBaker is right now.
He's in a bad
I want a piece
spot.
of that Matt DeBaker ass right now.
How
He
does
was
Luke
not going to come
Fickell have a job?
out of the weekend if the Packers had lost to the Bengals. We would have had to fly home and check on him.
BB Gun, what do you got? I love the Matt DeBaker hate.
I am just people talk about hot seats. How is this guy not fucking canned yet?
Well, that any YouTube followers, I've got a trivia question for the group. I already told Bias Better Hannah about this, so she cannot answer. Why do I have a 25 on the Luke Fickell picture and a 14 on the Sharon Moore picture? Anyone know? That is the current buyout for Sharon Moore, $14 million, and the current buyout for Luke Fickell is $25 million in Wisconsin. It pays to be a shitty Power 4 college football coach.
Best job in
These
sports.
buyouts 15%.
Speaking of which, we've got a buyout for Bias Better Double G. It's 15%. I told you he was getting roasted tonight, and that's just number one of many coming your way, Double G.
I deserve it. Hey, had Fickell pegged under 37.5, never a doubt. First 0-2 week in NFL football, but the Double G parlay technically hit as my sources in Carolina misled me that Chuba Hubbard was going to play. He didn't, so that bet is voided. We're going to be back this week. Stay tuned.
His backup scored. Which takes me to Matt DeBaker's in a bad spot. PG's in a bad spot right now, all thanks to Jaden Daniels' wet hands, not being able to grip the football. Washington would have gone down, at least got a field goal. Not only won the game and improved to 4-2, they would have covered. Which takes me into, I'm a man of my word. Winkleman got me. I've got the Caleb Williams. This was, I think it was Mermaid Magic Blue.
Put him closer to the camera.
I've got pictures. I even wrote a little message on my nails as well this week. So there's Bias Better PGZ. And on the nails, it reads, Troy loves Caleb. If anyone watched Monday Night Football with the volume on, Troy Aikman hates Caleb Williams more than anyone has hated anything in the history of mankind. It was actually comical to watch how much he despises Caleb Williams. The tweets coming out, I know Double G, you sent one of them. Brooks Montang, shout out Monty Do, sent another one. The tweets were hilarious. Basically, Caleb Williams takes a breath. Troy Aikman, I effing hate this mother effer. So moving on, we've got a great punishment peg this week. That will come later in the show. Let's move forward to most of our podcasts following. Favorite segment of the week, the David Bennett, This Dog is Barking. I think, honestly, group, we need to reassess our business strategy. Bias Bettors is good, but if we just did The Dog is Barking, our winning percentage and our overall profit we're bringing home for following would be off the charts. We had another great week. AG and Dudley are 4-0 against the spread, picking big dogs. Their dogs have been absolutely barking. The standings are there on the screen for YouTube following. AG's on top, all the way down to CJ, but no one's really doing poorly. Hannah got a big W this week, taking a dog that won outright. UCLA absolutely boat raced Michigan State, being a huge underdog. Here's our picks this week for our Spotify and YouTube following. PG has SMU plus 9.5 at Clemson. Hannah's got Thursday Night Football, the Bengals to cover 5.5, hosting the Steelers. CJ has Washington plus 6.5 at Michigan. Sharon Moore is a fraud. Double G has Stanford plus 18.5 hosting FSU. I'm not going to lie. I was looking at that one, Double G. And then Dudley's got the chalk pick of USC plus 9.5 at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's coach is getting rumored to go to Penn State. And then the best pick of the week, AG has Ole Miss plus 7.5 at DUI University. Nice pick, AG. Coming into the match of the week, we've got Monday Night Football. We've got a banged up 5-1 Bucks team going on the road in Detroit to Ford Field to play the NFC favorite 4-2 Lions, coming off of a bad loss against the Chiefs last Sunday night. Let's start with Double G. Double G, you've been watching the Lions all year. What do you think about the matchup of the week on Monday Night Football? I believe right now the Lions are a 5.5 point favorite. What do you got, Double G?
Yeah, the line has shifted. I just want to bring a couple stats into play with this matchup. Jared Goff is 8-2 on Monday nights in his career, and he's 4-1 with the Lions on Mondays. The last 3 Monday night games he has played in, the Lions have scored over 38 points. Baker Mayfield, on the other hand, is 2-7 in his Monday night career, but he does have one of those wins this year already against the Texans. The injury report for the Bucks is stacking up, so I kind of like the Lions in this matchup. HJ?
Yeah, I was also reading the injury report. The Bucks have 2 cornerbacks right now that are hurt, so I could see Jared Goff just absolutely torching their defense. But Mike Evans might be back, rumored, I heard, so that would give them a boost. It doesn't seem like they're missing Bucky too much with their backup playing right now. But I just don't know if I can bet against Baker.
Oh my gosh.
I just don't know.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. This would certainly add to his MVP case if he can pull this off. This is a huge NFC win.
Hold on here. I'm going to give you a blind resume here, okay? Quarterback 1, 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns, 1 interception. His team is 5-1. Quarterback 2, 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. His team is 3-3.
Oh,
who would you take?
The first one's Baker.
First one sounds like Baker.
Second one sounds
like
Mahomes. The second one's like.
Is it Mahomes or Caleb Williams?
Second one is Mahomes.
Okay.
And he is heavily favored at MVP. I love Hannah's bet on Baker winning MVP.
I did put some cash down on that.
So this line opened at 3.5. It's moved to 5.5. So does that tell us the public or the money is getting hammered on the Lions?
If you're gonna fade the public, then bet on the Lions. So
fade the public when you
that's what it said.
Oh, sharp money would be in on the Lions to raise like that. So
I feel like the public maybe just judges their recent bias too much. They just saw the Lions not look good against the Chiefs. They're probably liking that line move toward the Buccaneers. But a great matchup on Monday Night Football. Tune into that one. We'll be all over Twitter with it, but that is not our punishment game. Our punishment game will come later in the show. You got to. By the way, I noticed Wake Up Barstool on FS1. They're starting to do punishments and make each other do stuff. It's because everyone's locking into the Bias Better podcast.
The Bias Bettors.
I do have to go off to Grady's quarterback just real quick. Do you see when Patrick Mahomes gets sacked at quarterback what he does?
Like the celebration or what?
Oh, he just bitches and looks at the referee for flags if someone breathes on him. And then Baker Mayfield gets his head taken off and he gets up and just, man.
He just starts barking at the other players.
He loves it. Who would you rather have?
Mahomes has a little bit better.
It's won a couple Super Bowls, probably.
I'll go with Hannah on this one.
One of these quarterbacks lost to Kyle Kemp. Straight up, Hannah. Let's just think about that for a second.
That's in the past.
Quarterback almost outran the police.
He got 3 steps. I don't think we could call that almost outrunning him. All right. Moving out of the matchup of the week, let's get into some college picks. This is where the Bias Bettors have been scalding hot. I know Dudley and BB Gunn, 2 of our best college bettors, are absolutely whale hunting this week. Dudley, give us your best couple matchups and why you're leaning on these teams.
Yeah, so I really like Utah -3. That's going to be one of my oil plays. We'll double unit it. My big thing is, BYU is not good, in my opinion. I think they're kind of what are they, 6-0 based all off of beating a bunch of nobodies right now and picking on the bottom of the Big 12. I think Utah is genuinely good. I think Whittingham can get his defense kind of ready to play Bachmeier, BYU's quarterback. He's number 47. The guy can't throw. It's awful to watch. It's super one-dimensional, and I just really think that Utah will be able to key in on that and then score enough to kind of make that happen. And they're still kind of ticked off on getting robbed last year. Um, and then Texas Tech -7.5 against ASU. I wouldn't bet on this thing until Saturday, probably. I do think once they announce Sam Levitt's for sure gonna play, that line might drop below a touchdown, and it'd be a perfect time to grab that. I don't think it'll be a super healthy Sam Levitt. And I mean, you got to think of it as if this team didn't have Texas Tech's logo and had Alabama's logo, this thing would be a 14-point line. And I think Texas Tech is good enough to be a national championship contending team. But the big issue is their name's Texas Tech, so we're still a little bit gun shy on that. So, and they didn't throw the pocket knife. So yeah, we got that figured out today too.
That was epic. And honestly, Texas Tech, even being number 7 right now, is a bit disrespectful. They should be in the top 5, no doubt about it. And Dudley's had them pegged all year long.
We are 6-0. We're due for a loss, but I don't think it's happening yet.
Look at those records up there.
We'll come back to the Texas Tech game in just a little bit. Thank you, Dudley. We're moving forward to Bias Better. CJ, you've got some whale hunting in college football going on. What do you like this week?
Sound the alarm. Sound the alarm. We're fucking whale hunting here. I got these two lines early. I had Nebraska at Minnesota. One thing I've realized, and I'll touch quick on it, is lines come out with such recency bias that I've learned from just what happened the week before. And if you play it right, you can get great lines on it. Nebraska's better than Minnesota slightly, but night game at home at Minnesota, the speculation of Matt Rule going to Penn State, I just think, and a little bit of a rivalry, I just think Minnesota covers 7.5. And if you got an 8.5, that's great. I'm putting a whale on it. And then the other one is how this is even legal, which makes me concerned. I'm putting a whale on it, is Ohio State at Wisconsin after Iowa just dismantled Wisconsin. I think there's supposed to be rain in the forecast, but Ohio State's going to cover 25 points in the first half. I just don't. Wisconsin's going to score 0. Ohio State wins by 34.
I was thinking about where that line was going to come out when I was watching Iowa, Wisconsin, and I'm like, you can't get high enough. Vegas can't go high enough. Ohio State is absolutely going to kill Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's going to score 0 points. There's no way they score a point on that Ohio State defense.
That could be 60-0. That I like those two bets. Let's move on. AG, before you give us your NFL picks, you've been doing quite well. Just talk quickly. I know Cowherd had an okay week, but what do you think of the bias bettors against Cowherd?
Cowherd went 4-1 to put him to 15-15 overall. He's gone back to just picking games. He tried to get gimmicky at the start of the year. We've stuck to just picking games primarily this week. We did a few over-unders hit, but we are 20-10. We're just walloping Cowherd, and we're just picking the teams that we have stake in. He's getting to pick every team in the league. He should be a lot better than this, but he is an absolute idiot, as Winkleman said last week. And that's all I got to say on that guy. Absolute clown. His herd hierarchy completely broken. I just hate him so much. Moving into my slide.
Say it with your chest.
Moving into my slide. I'll touch on this. Boston College, Bill O'Brien, game of the year. The Penn State job is opened up. He's got something to prove here at the end of the season if he wants that job. Take Boston College minus the 1.5. And then the other thing that I like, my prop of the year, it looks like Puka Nacua is going to be out for the Rams. Whittington will kind of fill his shoes, and the Jags are 30th in pass defense. So look for Whittington to hit his over yards. I like it a lot if Puka Nacua doesn't play. I think I even like it more if Puka does play. So Whittington over yards. Those are my 2 picks of the week, and then the other ones you can see on there as well. But Rams Jags, 8:30 Central start because it's in London, so you got to get up early to get that pick in. But those are my 2 picks. Let's hope we stay warm this week.
You have quite the slate this week. You get a Rams Jags London game early morning Sunday, and you get an evening game 6 p.m. Saturday night. Penn State at Iowa on the cock. Total, what was it? Dead cat bounce game. Penn State with their head coach fired. Dudley, is that what that's called?
But that's what it's called when they can the head coach, get the interim. It's a dead cat bounce. They bounce back for 1 week, then return back to crap.
So be careful on that one. AG staying away. Bias Better, Hannah, your games are on the slate here. What do you like this week?
Yeah, the 2 I'm definitely most confident in is the Eagles -1.5. How they are only 1.5 doesn't make sense. Makes me want to go towards the Vikings then. But I just can't see the Vikings keeping up with the Eagles, even though the Eagles have looked pretty bad. But I just can't see it.
What Carson Wentz revenge game?
I like the Vikings in that game. I might be huffing some nail polish right now, but I like the Vikings in that game.
And then the Bucks Lions is another one, especially whoever said that stat about how much Lions have scored on Monday Night Football. What was it, you, Double G?
Yep.
Yeah. And Baker's going to put up points. That's going to hit.
But one game you did not hit on. You've got ASU +7.5 at home on Saturday afternoon hosting Texas Tech. Dudley had Texas Tech -7.5. They're going head to head. This is going to be our punishment game of the week. Now, here's what we're doing for a punishment, Dudley. Listen up because you're involved. Texas Tech has a $60 to $80 million roster this year. It's all from the big investor that made his money on oil. So this week, if Arizona State covers, Dudley will have to do the punishment. If Texas Tech covers, Hannah will have to do the punishment. We're talking oil. We're talking gas stations. Before the pod next week, you've got to go to a gas station and buy 4 gas station hot dogs and eat them while recording the podcast next week. Dudley and Hannah, straight up, we're talking oil money in Tempe on Saturday afternoon. That's our punishment game of the week. Dudley, you in? Too bad. We're moving on.
That's a punishment? That sounds like a reward.
I made
We're acting like I don't do that before all the podcasts anyways. I was getting worried that it was going to be something bad.
Moving on to Double G's picks this week. We have this picture for our YouTube followers. It's Bob Huggins hugging his player, Butler, there on the floor. This is just like me condoning Double G, who is the biggest B word you would find when it comes to 15. He's got 15% ownership of this company, and all he does is bitch and moan and complain. What do you got this week, Double G? Coming off an absolute horrible week last week. What do you got for us?
Hit him with a Double G.
I think a lot of us have had some tough weeks to get publicly called out like that. My only statement is it's just a minor setback for a major comeback. Picks this week: Packers -6.5 show who they are at the Cardinals. Chargers, this tic-tac zone game. I'm going to take the Chargers -1.5 in hopes that Johnston and Joe Alt are back. They're both questionable as of right now. Double G TD parlay. We are 3 out of 5 weeks, folks. I wouldn't call that too cold. Ashton Genty and Jordan Mason +208.
And the Double G TD parlay hashtag is getting some views on Twitter. So go check it out. Ashton Genty, Jordan Mason this week. Get all over that. The goal is to double your money. Thank you for your picks this week, Double G. Moving into Bias Better PGZ's picks. He's got a Friday night Big Ten game. He's got a couple games on Saturday and then a couple games on Sunday.
Are you talking in third person?
5 games in total. He's been huffing nail polish this entire podcast. And guess what? It just might be getting to him because my pick is just straight up the dogs. I've got 5 plays already on my big board, and every single one of them is a dog. That dog is barking like there's no tomorrow. Our YouTube following can see him. Minnesota to cover, Houston to cover, Washington to cover, and then in the NFL, the Vikings and Dallas both covering small spreads. I absolutely love the dogs this week, and they are going to be barking like there's no tomorrow.
Paul's been playing that meme so much, my son's doing it now at home.
Colton walks
Can't
up
help
to
it
me.
when our dogs are barking the way they are.
Colton will walk up to me now and go, "Dog, guy barking," and point at my phone. So those are our football picks this week. Hopefully you're tailing us. Hopefully you get to see someone scarf down some hot dogs. Personally, I hope Texas Tech covers, not only because I'm going to bet it, but because I want to see Hannah try and put down four gas station dogs next week. Taking us to college and NBA basketball this year. The biased bettors will also be betting basketball. We probably won't dedicate a podcast to it until, maybe conference play. But as our YouTube following can see right here, we've got a young Rick Barnes talking to, I believe that's TJ Ford. I don't know who added that slide. I don't know why it's on there, but it gets me.
National Player of the Year, TJ Ford, correct?
Correct. NBA vet, TJ Ford.
So before the episode started, I took everyone's name, put it in a hat, drew them out one by one. We've got the draft order. What we're going to be doing tonight.
What are the odds that you won? Isn't that wild?
Yeah. I love it. And guess what? I'm wearing the team that I'm picking. There's absolutely no surprise. We're going to do a snake draft. You have to pick a minimum of 3 teams, maximum of 6 teams that you're going to follow. You do not have to take 6 teams if you're only going to follow 3 because you're more of a football fan. That is totally okay. On our screen for our YouTube following, I've got currently the AP top 25 going into the preseason. I also have what Ken Palm has teams rated in the preseason. And then I've got a picture of the NBA. You can pick an NBA team, but the NBA is absolute trash and garbage. But we'll start tailing you if you're making some money. I've got a feeling Double G's got some NBA teams. I also noted other NCAA teams. Winkleman, I know for a fact you make a lot of money off these low-level JUCO type games here in the early season. If you want to take a variety of those just to get us making some more money, we'll fade you or we'll tail you, whatever it takes, Winkleman. But let's start the draft. PGZ first off the board. I'm taking the Iowa Hawkeyes. Ken Palm has us number 7 going into the season. Give me Ben McCullum in his first year. Give me the Iowa Hawkeyes. Dudley, who do you got at number 2?
Iowa State.
Iowa State Cyclones. Absolute chalk from the get-go. CJ, third pick. Who you taking?
Third pick, because I don't think people are going to take my team. I'm going to take Brad Underwood and the Fighting Illini.
Okay,
we got the ranking is this that you have on the right, Paul?
What's that?
How old of a ranking is that you have on the side?
Well, it says it's from earlier in the month.
I was ranked 46th in Ken Palm.
Oh, the one in the middle. I thought you were talking about the AP top 10. I don't know. I found something that had
that's
my
the coaches.
I was like, Auburn's terrible. I was going through it and I was like, that's not right.
Oh, believe Ken Palm. Everything that I've ever posted for Bias Bettors is correct. All right, pick number 4, Ramzag. Who you got?
I don't really watch basketball that much, but I'll take the Iowa women's basketball team.
Jesus.
Just an absolute steal at number 4. How did they make it that far? Double G, who do you got at 5?
I'm going to take Milwaukee Bucks. 43.5, they're over under. I kind of like the over if Giannis stays put.
We could have picked all night. The Bucks would have never been taken, but he's getting
what a waste of a pick.
UW Milwaukee had a better chance of getting picked than Milwaukee Bucks did in this pod.
You got 6 and 7, Baker Lover. Who do you got?
I am going to pick St. John's.
Okay.
I love a coach that just gets rowdy and chilly. So
I think it was an Applebee's, but we love the pick. St. John's at number 6. Okay, who are you taking at 7?
I will take the Wisconsin Badgers.
Oh, gross.
Insider information, just a terrible team to watch personally. Better to watch than their football team, but good pick there. Double G, who do you got on the way back?
Oklahoma City, defending champs. See if they can defend their title.
When I was pulling this NBA is trash picture, I was thinking about how trash it would be to watch OKC and the free throw merchant all year long, and yet you use your second round pick on them. All right, AG, who do you got?
I'll take Dana Altman and the Fighting Oregon Ducks.
Oh, he wants some late night watching while he's drinking. All right, AG, who you got, CJ?
I like that. First off, if I had to pick OKC, I would suck start a pistol. That would be miserable. My second pick, give me the Purdue Boilermakers and SDSU transfer Oscar Clough.
I like the pick. All right, he's got Illini and Purdue. He's going to be watching the Big Ten. Dudley, who do you want?
Houston Cougars, not the Rockets. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Just as bad. Kelvin Sampson, come on.
Give me some defense.
All right, I've got two picks here. I'm actually going to go Big 12, surprisingly. I'm going to take Texas Tech for sure. I'm going to take Arizona.
I was the Texas Tech guy here.
I like Texas Tech's coach. He's a Ben McCullum. He's a friend of Ben McCullum. Ben McCullum can coach circles around him, but I like him. And then I'll take Arizona Wildcats on the way back through. All right, second pick of the third round, Dudley. Who do you got?
I wanted both of those ones.
Really?
What was the second one? Did you say Arizona was the second one?
I said Arizona. Yep, Wildcats.
I'll go BYU.
The Storms
All right.
are Mormons.
BYU.
Who you got, CJ? Third pick. You're only required to take three. Who you got in your third pick, CJ?
I will take the newly reformed and still probably not very good Minnesota Gophers.
Oh, chalk.
Yeah.
AG, who do you got? Another women's team?
Maybe the only person I hate more than Colin Cowherd is Rico Bosco. So I'm going to take Alabama just to fade him the entire season.
Give me Alabama.
Hey, any podcast followers that haven't already, you got to go on my Twitter, BiasPGZ. I went at it with Rico Bosco. We got to get that thing more popular and get more people. We want the riders coming at us. We love the popularity. All right, Double G, who do you got in the third round?
Do we want me to stay in NBA or should I
Do
come
what
down?
you want. Do what you're good
Do
at.
you, man?
All
It
right,
makes it easy. I can just mute your account, and then I don't have to worry about it.
we're going with the wife's alma mater, the UNI Fighting Panthers. Go Cats.
I like that.
Do you want me to stick in the NBA? Goes to maybe the smallest school he could find in college instead. All right, HJ.
I'm going to pick, because I like to watch a little NBA too, the Minnesota Timberwolves. So
Okay.
I like a lot of player props with Anthony Edwards going. But
Are you taking any more than three teams? Or are you going to cut it off at three?
I'm going to take one more college team and then I'm done.
Okay.
I am going to take. Did you take?
Yeah.
I will take UConn just because I hate Dan Hurley so freaking much. So I'm gonna ride what AG.
I like him. You're gonna watch those games, and you're gonna like him.
No, I'm gonna.
I did the same thing last year. Watched a lot of their games, and I like him.
Double G. Who you got?
I'll take Creighton, another Midwest team.
Yeah, we got some Big East teams.
The
coming
Iowa
up.
transfers too. The Iowa transfers at Creighton.
This group should be dialed, filling out our brackets, making some money in March Madness. All right, we got Creighton off the board. AG, who do you like?
I'm going to pass, but I think I'll pick one more. I got to think about it a little bit.
Thank you for your honesty. All right, CJ.
He's trading down.
You jumped up a spot, CJ. The world's your oyster. Who do you want?
All right, I'm going to go my last high major one, and then I'm going to go to my bread and butter after that. My last high major one, sticking in the Big Ten. Big Ten only. Tom Izzo, Michigan State Spartans.
Good. Did not want to have to pick them. What a disgusting program. All right.
What the hell?
Oh, it's me. We'll go Kansas. The Fighting Bill Selfs. God bless that beer belly.
If he makes it through the season with all his heart issues.
And his toupee.
I'm going to pass as well. I've got my three teams. I'm thinking about taking a fourth. Dudley, I'm going to go back to you. Do you want to take another team?
Do you want Pepperdine,
Yes,
Dudley?
you do.
Oh, I don't. I will take, so this is my fifth. We'll go with the Kansas State Wildcats.
Oh. We have to do that again.
I should
Well,
have
you took
picked them.
Texas Tech from me, so now I'm just going to lose some money on basketball.
Kansas State. Oy.
CJ, do you want anyone else?
Last one. South Dakota State Jackrabbits.
I love it. We're going to be making some big money, boys. Yeah, CJ's got Purdue. Rams Ag, you want anyone else?
Yep, I'm gonna pick Arkansas. It's non-transactional, but I'm gonna pick them. So go from there.
The heck does that?
What does that mean?
I'm gonna pretend I know what that means. All right, Double G, who do you got?
I'll take the Hawks, Atlanta Hawks.
Silence is telling on that one. Do you want anyone else, Double G?
Atlanta Hawks. Trey Young's got an announcement coming up.
You're not going to take the Warriors?
Unfortunately, I can't.
No, he
stay
wants
up
to watch
this-
the worst fucking
yeah.
teams in the league.
I can't stay up on a regular enough basis to take. I love watching them when I can stay up, but I'm past that point in my life, unfortunately.
No one's taking South Carolina women's. Just ride their spread.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to say anything because I may get canceled. All right, Dudley, you want anyone else? Or BB Gun, you
My
said
dark
you're done.
horse. Give me my dark horse in the Big 12, the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
Jesus, that is a dark horse.
They just beat Auburn about a half hour ago without their top three guys. Just elite. Steve Lutz, hot commodity. Get ready to learn some ball. The best team in Oklahoma, counting the Thunder.
It might be back to the Marcus Smart, LeBron Nash days at Oklahoma State.
If no one's gonna pick Duke, I'm gonna jump on Duke.
I was thinking about it, but you can have them.
There's enough Methodists in this chat. Somebody should take them.
Does anyone know anything about Indiana this year?
Darian and Tucker. Yeah.
We should probably take
them yet.
We should probably take Indiana for our highest volume vetter or follower, J. Rowe. So we should probably take Indiana.
And the biggest
biggest
loser follower, Cole Hoosier.
If nobody minds, I'm going to take two Big Ten teams because I'm going to be watching plenty of the Big Ten with my Iowa Hawkeyes this year. I'll take the UCLA Bruins and I'll take the Indiana Hoosiers.
Oh, good God.
Hey, we're on the West Coast. I'll stay up for the game.
All right, good.
All right. Does anyone else, Dudley? You want one more team? Double G, you want one more team, or is everyone feeling good?
I mean, should I have 7? That seems like a lot.
You already have 6.
I have 6.
If you want 7,
we're capping at 6.
I need one more for 6. I'm going to take the Florida Gators to make it 3 NBA, 3 college.
All right, quickly.
Nobody's taking the Bulldogs at Drake.
Dudley, give us your 6 teams.
So I have the University of Iowa State, Fancy Sweater, BYU, Houston, Kansas State, Oklahoma State.
All right. I've got Iowa Hawkeyes, Texas Tech Red Raiders, Arizona Wildcats, UCLA Bruins, and Indiana Hoosiers. Double G, who do you have?
OKC, Milwaukee, Atlanta Hawks, Creighton, UNI, and Florida.
Nice. BB Gun.
What a spread that is. I got Illinois, Purdue, Michigan State, Minnesota, and South Dakota State University Jackrabbits.
Can I ask BB Gun a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me your thoughts on Drake's new ball coach. You know, he was at that stepping stone program at South Dakota State for a while.
He was. Dan Henderson. Good coach. He's not going to be a stud. He's going to be like 700 win percentage. He's not.
Rams Ag, who are your teams? Quickly.
The Iowa women's, and then Arkansas and Alabama and Oregon.
Hannah, do your teams quickly?
St. John's, UConn, Duke, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Wisconsin